Hey you, it's me, Delta Sigma of What's Trending Now, brought to you by DJ World Beats on the rBeatz, global radio, and media streaming network. Over the next few weeks, Del and Greazy Keyz are bringing you, and the world, Del's new smash hit, Bottles Up. Check this out. Firstly, join rBeatz live with these two nationally known artists on Thursday, January 23rd as they lay out a live session bringing you Del's smash hit Bottles Up with a Greazy Keyz twist of organ and anthem, stadium style. Watch these two masterminds lay out this track. Bottles Up debuting Bojangles Coliseum at the Charlotte Checkers home game on $2 Beer Night Tuesday, January 28th. We have a clip of this heartfelt beer-guzzling, all-American hockey and sports anthem. Thank you, Del, Charlotte Checkers, Greazy Keyz, and all the fans who truly make this happen. Now, bottles up, and let us take a sneak peek.
Well, the sun's going down in the south, feeling down and out. Time to check myself out. Throat feeling all dried out. Yeah, I need a drink, gotta settle this drought. I gotta take my old pair to the town saloon called the Howling Moon. Yeah, bartender knows me by name. She's got the thrills, yeah, she knows the drill. Yeah. Bottles up, time to get litty. It's getting hot in the city, and all the girls looking pretty. Now bottoms up, bottoms up.
I'ma have to pass like Nash to Amari. Tiger up early on a Sunday, sinking birdies while the pigskin spinning through the air, tight and birdie. It's a TD, it's a TKO, a home run, it's a hat trick. Ain't no way to be an all-star without practice. So if you down to sacrifice your life for a draft pick, it's a pretty sweet position you can live in if you ask. Put them things in the air. If you got game, waving like you just don't care. If you got game, playing like you got no fit, and you got game. If you came here to win, yeah, you got game.
Welcome to rBeatz.com. I'm your host, Greazy Keyz, with another session of sessions at rBeatz with some incredible guests. Welcome to the studio today. We have Dell and Kyyah Nykoll with MOOZiQ.com. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
To be here.
Greazy Keyz.
That's right.
What's up, buddy?
You know,
we're in Miami,
out
baby.
here.
Can you tell it's Miami?
Oh, no doubt. That is a beautiful, beautiful background. Good call with the palm trees, sunny weather. You know, Charlotte, we're actually we're pretty cold today. We're like just around 33 degrees. I think we're expecting a little snow tonight, which, you know, for Charlotte is kind of rare, but, you know, we anticipate it. But the city will probably be shut down here in a matter of hours because of an inch or two of snow. So,
are you looking forward to the snow?
Oh, absolutely. I think most Charlotteans, you know, we have a lot of transplants from up north who move down here to get away from the snow. But, you know, I know most Charlotteans, we like to see a day or two of snow, you know, have it, you know, just to have the little winter wonderland for a day and then it melt. So that way we can get back to work on Monday. So we'll have
absolutely just a little
Friday night of snow. Right. So it's kind of fun and people are very nostalgic for the snow around the area. So, you know, but, you know, we have to be careful. It'll, again, a trace or two of snow and the whole city will shut down. So all the bread and milk will be gone. Shelves will be empty, you know. So
and the toilet paper.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Toilet paper is a shortage. But hey, I'm just so thrilled to have you guys on the show. I know, right? I don't get that at all.
What's going on, man?
What is going on? But you guys.
Oh, wait, before we move on, you know,
yeah, go ahead.
That theme song.
Yeah, you like that?
Got game. I actually made that track.
Did you? Well, there you go. See, Del, you're already made an impression here, made an impact on the rBeatz.
That's my voice going. Got game.
Nice. See,
when was that?
Maybe 2014. We went to the studio. Did Squirrels. It's an album I did with Wendy. And
yes.
That was a couple of rappers that are local. And then I used basketball sounds to make the beat. If you listen to the beginning, there's a basketball dribbling, and it goes, and then the swoop is the snare. And I was like, this is gonna be cool. And I was like, God game. And then I wanted to get a vibe of that song, Stroke.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Hear that? Yeah, a little Billy Squire. Yeah,
a little bit of Squire. So I didn't want to get sued, so we just kind of moved some notes around.
That's the brilliance of it, man. That is so cool. And here you're already an integral part of rBeatz, and didn't even know that. That's so cool, man.
Life is full of surprises,
cool. And no doubt. But man, I'm so glad you guys are here on the show, and want to introduce folks to you guys as artists, and then also your awesome website and production company you have, and kind of coming up called MOOZiQ, correct?
Yes.
MOOZiQ.
Awesome.
But you know, the truth is, a lot of people are going to pronounce it however they want, and I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Put your flavor on it. Some people say MOOZiQ, we call it MOOZiQ. You know, like MOOZiQ. You know, intelligence, right? Like whoever you are, like just call it whatever you want. To be honest with you,
the IQ part is what's a very important aspect. So we have the IQ the I small, so you can see that it says IQ because it's everything about music as far as the intelligence. What it takes. It's not just you know what I mean. So everything, our philosophy is just from A through Z. You know what I mean?
Right on.
Yes.
I mean, definitely when I first saw the name, you know, so obviously MOOZiQ was one, but then MOOZiQ, the lowercase I, definitely it triggered that sort of idea. And then obviously muse being, you know, inspiration, you know, in music. I just thought it's really, really kind of cool. And it's neat that you guys are open to, you know, having people have different interpretations of just the word alone of your company. That's artist right there. Through.
Absolutely. And you know what I love about it, like we mentioned, is I love that I will find myself talking about actual music and I will slip up and say music, like country music or pop music. And I'm like, oh, I mean music. And so what's cool is that it just gets into the brains of everybody because you use the word music all the time and you may find yourself accidentally saying music. And that's our goal.
It reminds me of when Prince changed his name to that unpronounceable symbol.
Right.
Just basically so you can end up calling him Prince again anyway.
Again, a brilliant move. It's like, yeah,
he was a rule breaker. So he had to find a way. He knew the rules and then he had to find a way to like work around that.
Right. So this is a way of hijacking the word music. We couldn't get it. So I was like, find something that's close enough.
Right.
where we end up saying music anyway after a
Right.
while, you know?
Yeah. And again, it's just, creativity, a flair, attitude, music, I got a thing for the Z, as you can tell, you take a letter, make it a Z, it kind of gives it a
Right,
little attitude, a little flair.
right.
Love that. I
Our
love
our beats,
our
our
beats.
beats.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's so true.
Greasy
Look at all the
Greasy
keys.
beatsies.
keys. That's right.
I love
People want to
it.
say greasy keys. I'm like, no, I'm not greasy.
Yeah.
It's greasy.
I like it. So original.
Thank you so much. But you guys, talking about original, I mean, you guys both have quite a long career in music. Dale, just some of your highlights. 11-time platinum artist, 11-time gold songwriter, music producer. Worked with some of the biggest names in pop and R&B. Looks like. And Kyyah, you've made a huge impact on social media as a strategist and influencer. I mean, you guys are just what an inspiring sort of background.
Thank
More,
you.
come on, more.
Yeah, right. So
Accolades.
right, it's amazing. So what would be some lessons that you've learned from working with artists like that? I mean, were there any lessons or any sort of takeaways from being in those situations where you're working with or maybe inspiring or taking calls from
When, when,
artists like that?
when I was a young kid, I got started in music. I was one of the only kids that knew how to work a drum machine called the SP 1200 as well as the MPC 60 at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
And I was getting calls, but I was taking over drummers' jobs because they're complaining this and that, and the drum machine's never off. You know what I mean?
right.
So
No,
I was getting all these gigs, and sometimes I'd go to places with my drum machine and knock on the door. I'm like, I'm here to work. They're like, who the hell are you? I'm like, just here to work. Just let me know. And they're like, if someone asked you to come here, I'm like, nah, it's from a drum machine. I'm ready to go. They're like, what?
there you go.
And then, you know what I mean? It's just like ballsy, but I got in there and I got some gigs. But one of the things I learned, one of the first guys I worked with was the KC and Sunshine Band guy, Henry, what's his name? Wayne Henry. We call him KC.
Right. Yeah.
He,
I call him as KC. Yeah.
yeah, and it's interesting because these guys are like, he's like he's had so many number ones and he's like, all these big songs. But then at the same time, they're still at the mercy of the producers. So when I saw that vulnerability, I was just like, wait, this is KC. And he's like asking me, like, what do I do? And how do I sing this? And what I'm like, well, but you wrote like 11 hit number one songs. What are you talking about? So
Right.
it's a really interesting perspective how vulnerable they really are. It's almost like they're like children for a moment. From that gig, I was able to work with like Gloria Estefan, for instance. Same thing, just very just very like they're just listening and absorbing and just like at your mercy. Like, what do you want me to sing? How high? How low? And then all of a sudden, you feel like you have this responsibility.
Right.
And if you're not a producer, you will definitely become one around these artists because a lot of these artists are very vulnerable. They
Right.
don't want to make mistakes. So what I learned to do is to learn how to be like just leadership. Boom, immediately. As soon as they show you that side. Now you won't probably get that from Kanye or some of the bigger producers. Those are producers.
Right.
But the artists,
Right.
they're very interesting. I worked with John Cicada, same thing, just very, very just listening and just okay, like this, and like you're telling them how to sing and they sing it back. You're like, bro, that was cool. Like it's a
Right.
interesting control, but at the same time, it's not ego. It's more like, oh, thank you so much for listening to my opinion. Like
Right
thank
on.
you for singing that note and that harmony in there. And you see these people have already got names. I worked with Pitbull. Like from the beginning, like handing out flyers and stuff like that. And he was so humble and listening to everything you're saying, and I'm just giving him tracks, and he's like, I have like 5 or 6 more Pitbull songs no one's ever heard that I
Amazing.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, like from just those, just there's so much music, and then from there, on and on with like Ricky Martin, all these people, they're so nice and vulnerable, and they listen. The only person I've seen recently is like that is Ariana Grande. I've never met her, but you can see it in her interviews.
Perfectionist.
Yeah.
Right. They
Right.
don't want to get anything wrong. They want to make it's like they love what they do. They're scared. They don't want to let anyone down. They're artists. They're most of the time they are humble. And I think that the industry or that controls them and tells them how to act, what to do. So they're always ready to take notes and to be perfect. You know what I mean? And I do respect them for that. That's one of the biggest, greatest things I've learned about being in the industry. And that's what made me want to become a producer as
Right
well
on.
as a songwriter.
Right on.
Yeah.
So connect with people, and obviously artists at a certain level, but then they're human as well, right? You said like they're
Yeah.
receptive to take advice and to hear your input and to make another gold record out of it. That is really
Even
neat.
more so than the average person.
Right. Yeah.
They're
People.
really, really like attentive,
Mm-hmm. I
Wait,
love.
I'm hearing something. What was that? There's something going on with the it's a glitch.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
Is it? Oh no, I think we might be back on.
Are we good? Can you hear me now?
Now we're can hear
I
you.
can hear you, but it's a little
Right.
blurry. It could be
Uh,
us. Maybe
I
the
don't
palm
know.
trees are moving too fast and messing up the Wi-Fi.
Well, you guys are good on our end, so I'm sure the live stream is looking good.
Are we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Greazy Keyz.
Honestly,
Yes,
like
sir.
I'm okay being blurry. That's what I'm like every morning when I wake up
You're
without my
not
glasses on. So it's
you're not
cool.
blurry at all. Yeah, you're looking great here.
Oh, okay. So this must
Yes.
be us. Okay.
I have a couple things I want to mention as well.
Please.
Witnessing you work with artists. So I'll tell you, from my perspective, like,
Yeah.
because when it comes to music, the most important thing, and this comes for, I would say, like with any business, whether it's entrepreneurship, music, but especially music. And it's so interesting because you have to like use both sides of your brain. What I mean by that is
Mhm.
everybody's so creative, right? But it's
Mhm.
also, oh, we're back online. Okay, I can see myself. Cool.
Good.
So, but it's also important to develop that left side of the brain, right? And it's really tough to be so attached to what you do to actually see your work objectively without feeling less than about your value and your self-worth.
Yes.
And what I was actually going to make a point about that in terms of working with oh yes, I was going to say that, so what I've learned working with you this past 5 years is that it's really important to be super, super, super unbiased and honest with yourself about where your strengths are in the music industry. Okay. I love to sing and I have a lot of different talents, but my strength, like what I'm excellent at, is A&R. I'm excellent at artist development and seeing the vision and knowing what needs to happen to get this, okay, we have this song, where does it need to go? Like, what's the most successful recipe? You know what I mean? If I were to insert myself into that, and let ego lead the way, that would cloud my judgment and it would I would say it would diminish the potential and the overall outcome of the song because my voice may not fit every single demo that we have, right? So that was the first thing. And then the other thing I was going to say is a lesson that we both have really learned recently, and mostly me witnessing you as well, because I was prefacing that all to say that mostly, I mean, he does everything from the beginning to the end, including songwriting and lyrics and stuff like that. But your strength, like your number one strength out of all of this, is songwriting. And you happen to be a great producer as well. For me, I'm a lyricist. I'm not behind the computer, but I'm a lyricist and I'm the producer as well. But saying, okay, I need these things. And so the thing is that when you work with different artists, I think one of the lessons that I've learned is that it's really important to work with people who you align with in terms of vision. We actually saw a recent video, I think this was actually an older video, but I happened to see it, of Ed Sheeran giving, what was that song that he did for Justin Bieber?
Oh,
It was
if you don't like yourself, love yourself.
Love Yourself. Do you remember that song? It was probably like 8 to 10 years ago.
Huge hit, but I didn't realize Ed Sheeran wrote that song for Bieber. Oh, interesting.
So this is crazy. So he literally, and this is, Ed Sheeran's been at the height of his career for, I would say, probably like almost like 10 to 15 years now. So he was at the height of his career and he was showing people in the industry this song and they were like, yeah, that's cool. So what I said was, if Ed Sheeran at the height of his career with this song that ended up probably breaking a lot of records at the time can get overlooked, so can everybody else. And so it's really important to know that people's it's important to be objective and get feedback, but it's also important to understand the psychology of human beings, and that when the people that you're surrounded by have an objective, you could have the winning lottery tickets and they will literally not hear you because they're just not that reticular activating system, meaning that if that's that part of your brain. I'm into like psychology and all that stuff. So
Love that.
that means like you get like, okay, you just got a red car, now you see red cars everywhere, right? The brain focuses on something. So there's been a lot of times where like you would show like certain people like these amazing songs and they're like, yeah, that's cool. And in the right scenario, which we are planning to do, these are #1 hit songs. I'm talking legacy, like multi-million dollar songs, like huge. And people are just so wrapped up in their own lives that it's a skill set, and it takes a lot of strategy to truly get people's attention. And this is me talking about like the social media aspect.
Yeah.
People are always on their phones and you see thousands of different posts a day. I mean, if you go back and search your history, you'll probably be mortified how many videos you actually watched, how many shorts and how many things.
Right. Hours a day. You don't even realize.
It's crazy. And so the thing is that it's not, I'm not saying it can't be, but a lot of the times it's just not personal. It's just really the fact that people are so wrapped up in their lives and their brain is going in a million directions. They have family, their own future, their anxiety, all these things that if you show someone your song and they maybe overlook you and you know the song is good, don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong with the song itself. It's actually what the issue really is your strategy about making what you're doing important enough to kind of wake people up out of that trance, if you will, so that they will listen. And that's it, and I told you so many times, I'm like, you do not lack in the talent department at all, like zero. Like your skill is beyond. The key and the journey is to how does your strategy, your business mind, your marketing skills, and just all the other missing pieces, how do you get that up to par just as good, if not better, than the songs? Because without the right marketing strategy and the whole plan, you could have the greatest idea song and it will go absolutely nowhere. And I think that's unfortunately where most artists find themselves. What do you think, Greazy?
I absolutely agree. I mean, everything you're saying is I think hits the nail on the head. And right, people are so caught up, scrolling and beyond that in their own lives that, a great song could easily just right by. So you got to capture that right moment, that person in the right mindset, really ready to be receptive to that, it sounds like.
Absolutely, 100%.
Right
yeah,
on.
there's that form. She had talked about it. There's a formula, but the truth is like if you got 5 seconds, man. You got 3 seconds. You got maybe 1 second. You know what
9
I mean?
seconds, right? That's the average for like, for content. 9 seconds, boom, and it's sad but true.
Oh, it's like 1 or 2 seconds now.
You can just look at something immediately, and if it hits your eye the way it's supposed to, and you have a great song attached to it, you have a better chance of going viral with that than just, So put a pair of boobs up, and that's it. You get a bunch of hits, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
yes, there's truth to that, Del. You know what you're talking about for sure.
And then the guy in the video is like, no, sorry, this is not what you thought it was. By the way, I sell cleaning products or some ridiculous thing. Unfortunately, this is the unfortunate thing. I mean, it's really not unfortunate. Really, it's
not
really
for
not.
Guys.
No, I'm just saying it's not unfortunate that the world's like this with marketing. It's like, don't hate the player, hate the game, right? It's like, this is what it is. It's like, there's no use in being in opposition to where the world's going and in opposition to the fact that this is the fact of how marketing is and how people's attention spans are. You know what I mean? I find everyone's like, oh, I hate social media, this and that. And it's like, they just complain. But the thing is this is not going away. Like, it's just going to, like, whatever it is today because of AI, it is going to get 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times, infinite times more crazy than it is now. And so if you're in resistance, like the more resistance you are in, the more you will suffer. So I'm not saying to sell out in any way, like, stand true to what you believe in. I'm just saying that there's no use in trying to stop something that is destined to be part of our future.
So actually, that's a great point. I was going to ask you guys about that, especially with your business being, composing songs for brands and industry. like that. What are your thoughts on the AI, kind of becoming more prevalent in particularly in music? Do you see it as a tool, or do you see it as something to overcome, or as something to compete against?
So this is completely you. He
Is it?
loves AI. He's so good at it.
Yeah.
I just use it. I use it to my advantage because
Right. Yeah.
sometimes if I give the AI whatever a prompt, whether it's UDO, any of those things,
Yeah.
and something comes out, I know that it's grabbing from a bunch of songs anyway, and then
Right.
recreating a Frankenstein.
Yeah.
And I'll go, I like that hook.
Yeah.
I don't like that chord. I love this lyric. And then I'll just take those three things, and it'll be enough to inspire me to get started on an original song. Because sometimes you'll get a writer's block, And so it's good for inspiration.
I don't like the lyrics though. It's so poetic. I feel like I'm reading something from the 1800s. It's
A little
really
wordy.
bad.
But
Oh God, it's terrible.
it's just cute that these robots are like talking so like they're like nicer than humans,
For now.
Right.
You just read my mind, Kyyah. For now.
Yeah. But let me just like say something though. Like this man, like, and I mean this wholeheartedly, and something that you all may learn about me is I'm not biased at all. Like I'm a truth seeker, a truth teller, a truth bearer. I don't bullshit people at all. Excuse my French. Hopefully I can say that.
Let it roll.
But I mean like even like I mean this, like, even if I was, like just like your friend and I didn't like know who you were, we are literally sitting amongst the most talented songwriter that's ever lived. I'm not even kidding. And the thing is that I'm the only one that knows this because he has like in his phone, he has like stop.
There you go.
Stop it. He's not, no. Like, I don't even, like, even if he's not here, I would say this because it's just the truth. He has
Right.
thousands, 6,000 songs and like unbelievable, like all these recordings, and he gets them in dreams. And I wanted to say this because you mentioned like you can use AI for inspiration, but let's be honest, like you don't need to at all because he is bombarded with songs and constant like world changing global insane ideas like every moment of the day, to the point where like you weren't getting sleep like at all, like for the past couple of years. It got like really crazy. And I say that because I don't want you to discredit yourself and say that you're using AI for lyrics, because you're not. I think, if I'm being honest, I think that you're probably more entertained to see what it can come up with, just to test it out, but you
Right.
don't need it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make that a very clear point, And so when it comes back to the marketing thing, it's so crazy because like we're such a good match and like the way that we work and everything, but it's like I have like OCD and I'm like, okay, like I want to take this and do that and put all these, like I like to take something and kind of put it in its rightful place, and he has like all these open loose ends of songs and ideas that I'm like, oh my God, like I am literally like I am set for a lifetime to try to put this puzzle together. And so
Right.
it's cool, but it's overwhelming, but I'm happy to do it, because it's like someone's got to do it. It's going to take a team to get these incredible songs and ideas out there, and so I'm just glad that I could honestly like be of service, and I'm just really grateful that my strengths can also like help you get to where you want to go.
Us.
Because us, because it's going to take more than one person to do this. It's like, it's so crazy because I feel like a lot of people struggle to get like one idea, you know what I mean? And you're just bombarded. Like you need like 1,000 lifetimes to do all this shit, And
Not fair,
anyways, I'm
Dale.
going on a rant, but I do have to give him his accolades. And I say that because, in what I've witnessed from afar is like, you have all these amazing things that you've done in the industry, and yet still you haven't like really had your moment. And it's just important that I just let people know, because like there's no more being in the shadows. It's no more, like gatekeepers, none of that shit. Like those days are gone. And I'm making sure of that. You know what I mean?
Love
And
it.
AI is going to be very helpful because a lot of these songs that I get, they're not, if you listen to whatever the 6 songs we sent here, that's actually my voice. Now,
Right.
I don't, I don't obviously speak with a country accent or anything like that, but I used a lot of it in these songs here. I have songs where I pretend to be a boy band. I grew up like imitating like Eddie Murphy and all these like, I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore.
Go ahead.
Like
Yeah, the
you know
doobies.
what I mean? Like,
Yes.
yeah, like I like imitating voices. So when I do these songs, each song has a personality, and I'll have a voice. It's like an instrument. I'm like, what voice
Absolutely.
fits this kind of song? And I'll use that voice in that song. And that helps me. So for AI, what's cool is that possibly these could be different entities or different
AI
avatars.
artists, we're going to consider that as well.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so
Well,
I like
yeah,
that benefit.
this is an awesome conversation. I need to take a quick break, have a word from our sponsors, the checkers and stuff, but I'd love if you guys can hang out. We'll continue the conversation in just a few minutes.
Absolutely.
Okay, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Greazy.
rBeatz Radio isn't just a platform, it's a movement. A universal internet radio and media hub that has become the heartbeat of music discovery.
With a staggering peak of 7 million listens and an average of 80,000 listens per month, the world is tuning in. That's not just numbers, those are ears and eyes.
Yes, your brand amplified and elevated only on rBeatz Radio. Navigate the digital airwaves seamlessly with our intuitive platform. Imagine your brand being heard, being felt, being experienced. Picture your message flowing through the veins of our global network, reaching each listener.
Are you ready to elevate your brand to new heights? Step into the rhythm of success with rBeatz Radio.
Our platform is designed to ensure your brand doesn't just appear, it resonates. It doesn't just speak, it sings, dances, and vibrates with the rhythm of our audience's lives. This isn't just about advertisements. This is about creating a symphony where your brand is the melody. We're not just a service, we're an experience, and your brand can be at the center of it all. Your brand deserves a global stage. At rBeatz, we've turned up the volume on global outreach. This isn't about traditional advertising, it's about connecting, engaging, and resonating with music lovers all over the world. From indie beats in Brooklyn to mainstream hits in Mumbai, your brand becomes part of their story. It's about making your brand the rhythm that pulses through their day. Amplify your reach, connect with diverse audiences, and make an impact like never before.
Numbers don't lie. rBeatz isn't just a platform, it's a data-driven powerhouse. With a staggering 7 million peak listens and an impressive average of 80,000 listens per month, we're tuned into the pulse of the music world.
This is the power of a data-driven platform. We're not just throwing your brand into the void, we're strategically placing it in the spotlight, in front of an engaged, diverse, and music-loving audience.
Music is universal, and so is your brand's potential. rBeatz Radio is the crossroads where brands and music lovers from all walks of life converge.
Maximize your brand impact. Imagine your brand pulsating with the rhythm of music, reaching millions of ears and eyes worldwide. Picture your message resonating with each beat, each melody, each tune. This isn't just advertising, this is brand elevation, a symphony of success. Don't just be heard, be felt. Be a part of the rhythm of rBeatz Radio. The stage is set, the audience is waiting. It's time for your brand to join the beat. Advertise with rBeatz Radio today. rBeatz Radio, your brand, rBeatz. Our platform is your stage to amplify your brand's voice. This is where rhythm meets success, where your brand dances to the tune of progress. For advertising inquiries, contact www.rbeatz.com.
We're very honored to be here today and to form a partnership with Nykoll and bringing an American Hockey League team to Charlotte. We really feel that this is a huge step forward to the growth of hockey in North Carolina and in the South.
Scores! A deflection in front, and the Checkers win the series!
This is my new home.
They score again! Sorla! It's the hat trick! He scores!
The longest game in American Hockey League history, and we are in the midst of it.
Rebound chance! St. Patrick's Cup! They're going to the Calder Cup Finals! The Charlotte Checkers are Calder Cup champions!
They are the kings of the American Hockey League, and there's no one left to beat. Lawrence can win the game.
Fake shoots!
It's been 590 days since the last hockey game in Charlotte, and the Checkers will don a new affiliate on their sweaters and a familiar face as their new captain.
Out front, dangling, shot, he scored! Checkers with a rebound, Carlson buries it, we're back tomorrow night! On the right wing board, Samoskevich finds some ice, shot, he scores! And the Checkers have their first lead of the Queen City Outdoor Classic! Number 124 for number 21, the new franchise record!
Welcome back to this week's segment of What's Trending Now on rBeatz Radio, Media, and Streaming Network. Upcoming local, national, and international concerts for the new year, starting off with Mary J. Blige is heading on the For My Fans tour with Neo and Mario at the Spectrum Center on Thursday, February 6, 2005. Doors open at 7 p.m. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Tasco Music presents Love Notes, a Valentine's Day concert for everyone, taking place at the Booth Playhouse in Charlotte on Saturday, February 8th. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. You can get your tickets at ToscoMusic.com. This is Annalise Pearl, bringing you all the new details on the latest trending water cooler conversations. Stay on top of the rBeatz app and rBeatz.com, always bringing you the best independent, national, and international music artists, concerts, and influences on the rBeatz app. Let's get started with this week's DJ World Beats top trending songs. Spinning now on 25/8/366, our global pop stream, DJ World Beats brings you You Got the Thing by Grace Carter and Bad Behavior by Silly Goose. Spinning now on We Global Radio, our hip hop and R&B stream, we have Shuffle by Shiggy and One of These and Little Things by Ella May. Trending now on rBeatz Radio, our house and EDM stream, we have Debut by Akrilla, Mamma Mia by Bennett and Mentissa, Collide by Agents of Time and Big Fet. And closing out on USA Heroes, our classic rock and country station, we have Lost and Found by Maya Zakai, Past Yesterday by Jelly Roll and Skylar Gray, and Good News by Shabuzi. That concludes this week's countdown. Be sure to check in with us at each event for your chance to have your next hit announced on our social media sensation show, What's Trending Now. Be sure to check in at our BTZ TV on YouTube and rBeatz.com. Just leave your name and phone number at each event for your opportunity to win cash prizes and a merch giveaway. Thanks for watching.
This is Princeton, aka the Prince in My City. You can catch me at Spotify, Apple Music, search 5 a.m. Missed Call. That's one of my favorite songs. And you're listening at the rBeatz Radio VIP Suite. Thanks for tuning in on rBeatz.com.
If your playlist looks like a passport, you're officially a music globetrotter. Welcome to rBeatz Radio. rBeatz Radio is your ultimate global music hub, blending beats and melodies from every corner of the planet. From African rhythms to Asian harmonies, European EDM to Latin grooves, it's all here and it's all amazing. Whether you're vibing in the car, chilling at home, or need a soundtrack for your next adventure, rBeatz has you covered. We're not just about music, we're about connecting people through the universal language of sound. So why stick to one genre when you can have them all? Download the rBeatz app today on the App Store or Google Play. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, X and Facebook for the latest updates and exclusive content. Ready to travel the world through music? Hit play on rBeatz Radio and let the journey begin.
And let's go Checkers. Welcome back to rBeatz.com with the next episode of Sessions. We have in the studio with us Del and Kyyah of the musical production powerhouse MOOZiQ.com. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for your patience hanging out.
Thank you so much. That was incredible.
What's that?
Yeah, just to see, the team and, they're like, thank you for bringing this team here. Like, what an honor. That's just really, really
Oh man, you
Wonderful.
guys got to come up and experience a checkers game sometime. It's really is just top notch entertainment from beginning to end. It's a great, and I'm the organist for the team, so it's a really unique position to be in. To provide live music for hockey. It's a very nostalgic thing for a lot of fans, but at the same time, it kind of introduces a lot of young people to maybe live music in a way that they never would have been exposed to it. So it's a blessing and an honor to have that opportunity.
That's so cool. So when you're there, I know we'll find out in person when we go there,
Absolutely.
but just to get like a quick visual, like when you're playing, like
Yeah.
where are people seeing you? Are you on the big screen? Like how does that work?
So it's really cool. A lot of NHL teams will have an organist, but they'll maybe be put up in a crow's nest somewhere very far where you can't reach them. But the organ in what they call it, the Bojangles Coliseum, it's right at the corner of the rink. So you have like ice level. You have like the first tier of seats. So the organ sits at the corner there. So, and there's seats like right behind me. So you have fans that get to hang out with me. And Dell, you might appreciate this. The organ is a vintage Hammond C3 organ. So it's the real deal. And the organ's been a part of the Coliseum since the 1950s when they first built what was originally called the Charlotte Coliseum. It was the first fully enclosed indoor arena. And so this Hammond C3 has sat there for 70 years. And I've had the opportunity for the past 10 years to be the organist and to kind of grow the Greazy Keyz name and sort of I'm Chubby the Bear's wingman basically. So, but it's just a great opportunity again, just to be, as a live musician to have that exposure to fans. And then, they'll throw me on the Jumbotron, the Greazy Keyz, you have the Greazy Keyz cam. Well, they'll throw be on the screen and I'll be hyping the fans up, playing something crazy on the organ, and the seats behind me are filled, we call it the grease pit, so it becomes like sort of an in-game experience, which is unique. No other AHL team really has that. Again, organists can be found in NHL and in Major League Baseball, but they're usually up somewhere where you can't find them. But my favorite part of the gig is to be accessible to fans and sort of be like an in-game team ambassador. So that's how I see myself. On top of being a musician, it's really a great opportunity. So thanks for asking.
Wow,
that's incredible, and I'm pretty sure the other ones are definitely not as cool as you, for sure.
That's what they tell me, but I try to be humble about it. But I'm blessed.
It's okay. I'm saying it.
Well, thank you. That means a lot because you know what you're talking about. So thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
But before we wrap up for the day, we really appreciate you guys coming on and giving us an introduction to not only you and your backgrounds and your careers, but then also, what you guys have coming up ahead. And I know we'll love to have you back on to rBeatz and to talk about, some of your own original music, as well as, your business with MOOZiQ.com, where you guys provide original music for brands of all types of industries, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Did you want us to just give you like a quick overview of the company?
Sure, I would love that.
Okay, fantastic. Just making sure we're on time. So basically it's called MOOZiQ. Online, all of our platforms can be found at MOOZiQ Records across all of the platforms, including our website. And so basically what we do is we create custom songs for brands that build brand recognition. We found an issue well, it's both an issue, but also an area of opportunity in the realm of marketing. So there's a handful of ways that you can actually license music or handle music. The first way, I guess you could say like the original way, was the jingle, right? And they're still extremely effective because people still remember them from 50 years ago, like the Band-Aid song and these things are still people still remember. So that's number one. Then the other one is licensing famous songs, right? The problem is that I think, a brand that you were trying to work with, they were trying to get a U2 song, and the publishing company for 3 months was trying to charge them, what, 8 million, 6 million?
$10 million.
It was right, for 3 months.
Wow.
So the issue with that is that, not saying that there aren't certain famous songs that could be like a match made in heaven truly for a brand, and like We Will Rock You. Like there's just certain famous songs that really can elevate a commercial. But the issue is that it goes right back to the artist. And it doesn't actually build any brand recognition, because I will be the first to say, as coming from a customer standpoint, I turn off commercials. I don't actually watch them.
Right.
Even though I'm in the advertising industry, I don't like, nobody likes to be sold to, right? And so that's the biggest thing, is like, these brands are trying so hard and spending so much money to become top of mind, and they are completely, in my humble opinion, missing the biggest element that people remember worldwide, which is music. So what's happening is, music is, in the advertising world, primarily music is an afterthought. So, not saying that people can't do it a different way, but for the most part, a brand or the agency are collectively together, they will come up with an idea for the for the campaign of what they want to do. They may, start creating like the video, and
Right.
some people might work differently than others, but for the most part, then once they have the whole concept, then they find the song that is almost like the theme song, right? Like, it almost like
Right.
goes with the commercial. So like, let's say, it's about like chocolate, right? Like a chocolate brand, for example. They will find a song that talks about chocolate, right? So the song is literally the cherry on top instead of the foundation. And we
Right.
want to literally reverse that, because on the website, in big bold letters, I put that you do not always remember commercials, but you never forget songs.
Right.
So there's no reason, in my opinion, to have to try so hard when people, you have like the Taylor Swift fans, like the Swifties and all these people love attaching themselves to artists and songs. They want to be part of something, but they don't want to be sold to, you know what I mean? So if
Right.
if we create a song for your brand, even though we do create songs for artists, but we're really focused on the branding in this stage, so if we create a song for your brand, the whole goal would be to add it for people to add it to their playlist. Now, even though we can do jingles, we don't actually, really focus on that. Like let's say we were to do something for Nike, for example, we're probably not going to actually use the name Nike in it. It's going to be literally like a song that's on top of the charts, competing with the top 10,
Full length
just
song.
like a regular song,
Right.
and so that's what we do. And then the last way that, people can deal with music is they have these websites, that you can, it's like this generic stock music that may
Right.
not ever actually make it. And it's like, I don't know if it's like license free or whatever, but the point is that unlimited amount of people can use it at the same time. So there's really no music in any advertisements that you'll see that's truly building brand recognition.
Right.
And that is what we are coming here to do. And we're so different, because you'll find that most people in the, maybe the music house world or anything like that, they do not have the experience that you have being an 11 times platinum and 11 times gold songwriter and music producer for some of the top artists in the world.
Right.
So we can bring that hit song element. We have the track record to do that. And the other thing is that you guys get to work with us one-on-one. There's no middleman. There's no, like spending days, weeks, hours, whatever, going through songs, getting, like songs from all these like music licensing people and getting pitched and having to go through all these songs. We get to literally create
Overwhelming.
whatever it's ridiculous. There's just no need for it. So we literally create everything from scratch for you, and you get to work with us directly to bring your vision to life with absolutely no limitations, because I can't stand limitations myself.
Right.
So I don't want to impose that on the brands.
I love that.
That was-
And rBeatz is, like I said, Dale, you wrote the theme song for rBeatz, our intro song. So again, we're just another client in the list there. So I love that connection already.
There was thank you, man. Appreciate it a lot, Greazy. There was a thing I saw, a small clip, but the guy was basically, oh no, I know what it was. It was one of those companies that you can join for monthly, and they can give you sync opportunities.
Right.
And one of the first things they said that turned me off, he says, well, one of the things you want to do is when you make music for these soundtracks is you want to make music that doesn't get in the way of the movie or the person acting. And I'm thinking to myself going, well, that's like telling you to build a car and don't put wheels on it, right?
Right.
And that's the exact right. So and that's the whole mindset, even with brands. It's like, yeah, don't get in the way of all the talking. We want to get the message across. Just put the music underneath it so it supports it. And it's like,
It's
well,
the opposite.
that's not
Opposite. People turn that off. It's like, yeah, no.
boring. Nobody wants
Right.
to hear, "Oh, this is my product."
We're here to literally change the game, and I don't necessarily believe it's challenging, because I don't actually think it's challenging at all. But there will be people that, you know, that they're so used to doing things a certain way, and that's totally
Right.
fine. But what we've done is we've come up with a better, more efficient way that's for the brands, because we love the brands and we want to support them instead of them overspending on something that's truly not giving them the return that they're hoping for or being told that they're getting.
Right.
If you're a musician out there and anybody's listening to this stuff, you should get into sync stuff. There's a lot more. There's a big life out there musically for musicians that don't know what to do with their songs. Get into the sync world. Get your songs in movies. Get your songs in sound libraries. There's money to be made, and it actually pays more than most songs give you royalties for.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a fantastic opportunity right now. It's not. Oh, it's an old thing, but regenerated itself somehow. So it's a great opportunity right now. If you're listening, start writing some songs and call some libraries up, find a sync agency, whatever, and start pitching your stuff, because there's a lot of money to be made.
And it's not oversaturated. It sounds like it's like some opportunities still for folks who are looking to plug in. That's great knowledge, Del. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Once they like you too,
Yeah.
they keep going back.
Right.
The last thing I'll say before we wrap up is that it is actually there. Well, it really depends who you talk to. Some people will say, "Oh my God, there's so much competition," and it's like that's a cool mindset, but I don't subscribe to that. But there's a quote that, and I'll leave you with this. It says, "Be so good they can't ignore you."
There you go.
So that's what I'll leave you with.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, Del and Kyyah, is there anything else, Del, would you like to add before we sign off for today? Because I know we'll definitely have you guys back. I can't wait to keep up with all that you've got going on and just celebrate you guys. So that's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. I would say that because the power of intention, if you don't ask, you don't get. So right now, I'm putting this out there. If anyone's listening, we got some great songs that we want to put into the Super Bowl 2025. We have literally 2 weeks to try and. So if you're listening, you want to hear this song, let us know.
We have multiple beer songs.
Lots of beer songs. If you have a beer brand, you want to get one of these songs on your beer brand to help hype up we'll let you hear the songs. We'll work something out with you. It's a great opportunity right now within the next few weeks to get your song in the Super Bowl. But that's what our intention is. We are so determined to get either Beerville or put your beers in here or bottles up in the Super Bowl this year. But that's not the end. What we want to do basically is open up this opportunity. It's just like I said, if you don't ask, you don't receive. So I'm just putting this out there. If anyone's listening, also hit us up for any music. If you want to just learn anything about us, get a hold of us and contact us. I'll give you any pointers to lead you in the right direction. Anything to do with syncing, sync licensing, stuff like that. Any questions, hit me up. It's all free. I'm not going to charge you a damn dime.
And what's the best way for them to reach you guys? Is it through the website?
If you go on our website, it has my email. So it's Kyyah, that's KYYAH at MOOZiQrecords.com. MOOZiQ is MOOZiQ records.com. And our phone number's on there. Just send us an email. We can be found on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram, Kyyah Nykoll, so KYYAH NYKOLL. And you are IAM and then D3L on Instagram. So you can but I would say the best is just the website. You could really study it, read it, and really learn about what we do, because we're really, this is, anyone listening, you are like the first to hear about this, and we're about to make some huge moves.
It's a psychology game. So we are willing to give you free advice right now before things are too crazy. It's just this game is a psychology game. You have to have a formula to know what you're going. You can't just write a great song and say, okay, I'm ready. It's not like that. It's just 10% of the whole thing. So hit us up, ask any questions so we can help you as well. This is a give and take kind of thing. If you don't give, you don't receive. That's how it works, basically. So we're willing to help out anyone who's listening and you want to have any coaching. We got you. All right.
Awesome. Hey, so I'm going to be contacting you directly myself. I'm loving this, Del. And by the way, your Instagram is fantastic. Your merchandise, I saw you recently had shared some incredible hats that you had made with your name, just very stylized. Such a cool thing.
Thanks.
So you're a rock star.
I'm about to get back on it, man. I got off because I got really busy and I also had to do the inner search work, but now I'm it's going to be crazy after. I'm going to just post all the time soon.
Well, I look forward to connecting with you guys more. Look forward to connecting with you guys more for 2025. Putting it out there, get you guys some music place in the Super Bowl. Let's make it happen. And again, thank you guys so much for coming on to rBeatz.com. This has been Greazy Keyz with another episode of Sessions, and we'll be talking to you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Greazy.
All right, Greazy.
Have a great weekend.
You too, buddy.
Yeah, 316. Got game and pulled out his own Atari. I said sorry, I'ma have to pass like Nash to Amari. Tiger up early on a Sunday, sinking birdies while the pigskin spinning through the air, tight and birdie. It's a TD, it's a TKO, a home run, it's a hat trick. Ain't no way to be an all-star without practice. So if you down to sacrifice your life for a draft pick, it's a pretty sweet position. You can live it if you have some things in the air. If you got game, waving like you just don't care. If you got game, playing like you got no fit, and you got game. If you came in the way, yeah, you got game.
Hey you, it's me, Delta Sigma of What's Trending Now, brought to you by DJ World Beats on the rBeatz, global radio and media streaming network. Over the next few weeks, Del and Greazy Keyz are bringing you and the world Del's new smash hit, Bottles Up. Check this out. Firstly, join rBeatz live with these two nationally known artists on Thursday, January 23rd as they lay out a live session bringing you Del's smash hit Bottles Up with a Greazy Keyz twist of organ and anthem, stadium style. Watch these two masterminds lay out this track. Bottles Up debuting Bojangles Coliseum at the Charlotte Checkers home game on $2 Beer Night Tuesday, January 28th. We have a clip of this heartfelt beer-guzzling, all-American hockey and sports anthem. Thank you, Del, Charlotte Checkers, Greazy Keyz, and all the fans who truly make this happen. Now, Bottles Up, and let us take a sneak peek.
Well, the sun's going down in the south, feeling down and out. Time to take myself out. Throat feeling all dried out. Yeah, I need a drink. Gotta settle this drought. I gotta take my old pair to the town saloon. Hold the howling moon, yeah. Bartender knows me by name. She's got the thrills, yeah. She knows the drill. Yeah. Bottles up, bottles up. Time to get litty. It's getting hot in the city, and all the girls looking pretty. Now bottom